Hey, hello people! Today we're gonna do a unboxing and a first impression of this new gaming monitor. The name of the monitor is, so that's the name, I will put it in the title of the video. So this is an ASUS monitor. It's 24 inch and here are some specs of the monitor. It has 240 Hz refresh rate and an overclocked version to 270 Hz. Fast IPS, so the panel is an IPS, so not a TM panel or a VA panel, no, IPS. IPS, you have a lot of viewing angles and the coloring is mostly very great. 1 millisecond response time and also 1 millisecond response time gray to gray. In that coloring it's 1 millisecond. Extreme low motion blur reduction, so that's great. Variable overdrive for a smoother picture or gameplay and 99% RGB, and yeah, it is GSYNC compatible, so that means if you have screen tearing or a lower refresh rate than lower FPS than your refresh rate and you have screen tearing, you can enable GSYNC or FREESYNC from AMD. It's compatible. So this monitor is in 1080p 24 inch and yeah, let's unbox it, guys. So I did take all the inside out of the box. I put the box aside. So what's inside the box? A panel, we will look later. So what's more inside the box? A power connector. This is the European power connector, but if you purchase it, for example, in the States, you probably get a different power connector, or elsewhere where you do live. Yeah, the power connector and the European plug to the wall, how to set it up, how to power a monitor, really you need a manual for that, and how to do HDMI or a DisplayPort, a manual, a VIP member notice, some information, we don't need it, some stickering, energy of the monitor, it's an E-power saving, so it's not the most efficient monitor, but yeah, it's E-grade, a stand. So you put that on the bottom. Here you have a screw on the bottom. Probably here we mount it on the monitor on the back. I don't have seen some screws yet, but maybe we just shuffle it in the monitor and then it clicks. But another mounting mechanism. So we put the middle part into the bottom part and then we screw it tight. I didn't have seen the manual, so I hope this is the right way. And then you do the bottom click to the other side and then it's mounted. I changed camera position because I did not have great lighting. But yeah, on the stand it says NVIDIA GSYNC. So GSYNC is that screen tearing feature. So what else is in the box? A DisplayPort cable, and of course we do have the screen of the monitor, the ASUS 240 Hz 1080p monitor. Yes. So this is the panel. It's not mounted on the stand yet. It's ASUS on the bottom, 24 inch monitor. Here's the name of the monitor. I hope you can see it. So this is the back of the panel, guys. On the top we do have ASUS, we have TUF Gaming. On the left, on the back, you have like a 3D poke, as you can see, where you can do some movement with. I don't know, it is my first impression as well. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. I don't know, probably to customize your settings from the menu. On the bottom we do have some ventilation holes to make the monitor not too hot. A power connector to the wall. Here you mount the stand on and you can tie it with screws. On the bottom we do have HDMI 1 here, HDMI 2 here, so 2 HDMI ports and 1 display port and 1 headphone. I don't know if you can see it, 1 headphone plug, so you can plug in your headphone. So we have the stand, we do the stand forwards, so you have some stability. You put it in and probably you will hear click. So inside the box there is 4 screws and we call this in the Netherlands imbus. I don't know how you call it in English. You just get a screw, put it in, mount it on with the imbus. If you know the word in English of this tool, say it in the comment section. I want to learn. We call it in the Netherlands Netherlands imbus sleutel. So probably something like imbus key or something. And you get the idea, you know how to screw something up and mount it. So I did the screws. It was very easy with the tool. We call it in the Netherlands the imbus. And we put it in. Now I have my DisplayPort cable. If you have enough monitors, like 2 more or something, that already use all your ports on your GPU with DisplayPort cables, you can buy a separate HDMI cable, for example, on Amazon or whatever you want to buy it. You put in the DisplayPort cable, make it secure and snug fit. Yeah! A side note, there are no buttons on the monitor on the front. They are all on the right side of the monitor. With one 3D poke you can customize. I don't know, I didn't test it yet. And power on, that's the button probably we're gonna press right now. Oh yeah. ASUS FREESYNC Premium GSYNC. So the most lowest button on the side of the monitor is the power button, and probably this is the accept button. No, it's not. Okay. So there are 4 buttons on the side. The lowest button is the power button. The second button and the third button are buttons to customize. Let's press the first button after the power button. Let me see. Then we do get a menu on the top. We press the first button again. Then we see a menu. I hope you can read it. On the top it says scenery mode. So press scenery mode. And oh yeah, it's the game visual. So scenery mode is the game visual, so you can do scenery mode. It's very bright though. I don't know if you can see it. It's very bright. Then we do have racing mode. So with the 3D poke, you go lower to racing mode, cinema mode, RTS gaming and RPG mode, FPS mode, probably the black boost is boosted, so you can see more clear in shadow areas. And sRGB mode, probably that should be very colorful. Let me see. No, it's very dimmed. Okay, it's very dimmed. Okay, we done the first button. Let me see. You also have a third button, and this button is Game Plus. Game Plus has a crosshair practice mode. Okay, so you can do practice mode for crosshair placement. I will not go fully detailed, this is a first impression, but I will show you all the menu, a timer, a stopwatch, an FPS counter, and display alignment. Okay, so then we also have the 3D button poke. If I press it, then we get gaming. I'm new to this as well, so okay. So gaming has overclock on or off, variable OD, I don't know what it means, but you can do many stages from level 0 to level 5. Adaptive sync. You can do GSYNC compatible on or off. Game Plus, what's that? Crosshair. You can choose many crosshairs for Game Plus. I don't know. It's a gimmick. It's fun if you're a gamer. A timer, a stopwatch if you need to do something with a stopwatch. FPS counter if you like to see your FPS. Display alignment. And then we go back to visuals. Here you have basically the same scenery mode, racing mode, cinema mode, FPS mode, and so on. So yeah, let me see one more time the overclocking mode though. So if you press it, you can do max refresh rate. So that's probably the 240 Hz refresh rate. You can select on here. And then we have seen this one. Then the second one is image. Image, we press brightness. Now you can customize, of course, the brightness to 100%. Contrast standard is on 80 because we have the scenery mode. It's Vivid pixel. You can do some Vivid. I don't know what ASCR is, and blue light filter if you like to customize that. So that's a lot of options, so actually that's really great. Then we have the coloring tab. The coloring tab, you have user mode, warm if you like to have it more warm, normal. I think user mode you can customize. See, you see red, green and blue, and you can customize the settings if you want, or some presets like warm, normal or cool. I will do it user mode. I will like to customize customize this IPS monitor. Okay, then we also have saturation if you want to change the saturation. Sorry, this bar is blue and you can't see it on my camera, but I explain what's in blue highlighted right now, and that's saturation. You can customize, and gamma, you can customize the gamma. So for the third, you have input selection, input source, auto input detection on, so it automatically detects your monitor, and HDMI, HDMI 2 and DisplayPort settings. We have the DisplayPort cable, so you do that. You also have your favorites if you want, for example. So you have your shortcuts. Shortcut 1 if you like to have some button on a shortcut to do it quicker access. Customize settings. You can customize the setting 1 and 2. And then for the rest, you have some system setup. Maybe with the black background, you can see it better though. You have language, English, from English to Turkish, miEye, Italiano, the Netherlands. I keep it English. But you can choose your language, sound. So probably this monitor has sound, or it's either for the headphone. You can customize the volume or mute it. A power indicator on or off. Power key lock, power settings. Oh, here it's power standard mode or power saving mode. OSD setup, DisplayPort stream. You can do it from DisplayPort version 1.2 or version 1.1 if you have an older cable though. But then you probably have less hertz monitor. Then you probably have 60. Some inside information of the monitor, which firmware version you have, support limited range, what format RGB, what color depth, and you can all reset this monitor. So people, this is the ending. Let's summon it up. So the monitor is 24-inch, a IPS monitor, so not a VA or a TA panel, no IPS. So IPS, you have a lot of coloring, more color depth, and from the sides your viewing angles are better than, for example, on a TM panel. So this is a fast IPS panel. It has 1 millisecond gray to gray, so that's really great, but there are different colorings. They don't show those specs. 240 Hz monitor and a overclock feature to 270. I didn't test it yet, so I don't know if 270 Hz is working right now. Yeah, overall this monitor is fast, nice coloring. You can do a lot of settings in the menu as I showed you. The stand, you can't go higher and raise it up. So you need to put some books or a different stand underneath it to have the nice angle of your monitor, because you want to have the top of the monitor completely straight with your eyes, so you don't have neck pain or any other pains coming in the future. So keep that in mind, keep it straight. There are no buttons on the front of the monitor. In my opinion, it's great because I have space on the right side of the monitor. But if you have a right monitor on your right side of this monitor, it can be annoying because you cannot press easier the power button, the menus and so on. So yeah, that can be a down point. Okay guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you liked it and see you guys in the future. Bye bye guys. Bye bye. Bye!